You're watching live coverage from RJD News. Thank you for contributions from viewers like you.
Tonight, 13-year-old Jamie Kloss is alive and safe, and even police here are stunned.
My legs started to shake, man. It was awesome.
It appeared to be a routine call to a traffic crash in Davis, California. Rookie police officer 22-year-old Natalie Corona responded when, for reasons still unclear, someone opened fire.
It's the easy way out, but Congress should do this. This is too simple. It's too basic.
Good morning, I am Rashid and this is RJD News this morning. Welcome to our next episode. This is where we have a lot of breaking news. Trump visited the border the other day, and he might declare the national emergency, but he also might not. Also, a missing girl has been found after 3 months after she had gone missing. Her parents were murdered, and now she's at home. She's going through a lot of psychological trauma, and police are still trying to figure out how she escaped and what she did to defend herself. We all know that the person who stole her was not there, but RJD News begins right now. Breaking news right now. Missing teen Jamie Kloss has been found alive 2 days ago. She has been returned home, and police made a statement earlier yesterday, about what she's been going through, and they were telling us some information about her being found alive, and her neighbor had found her. I mean, actually not her neighbor, but a person who was walking by, and now she's at home safe and recovering. NBC tells you guys a story about how she survived, and it's going to give you the police statement of what happened the other day. But we start with breaking news, and here's the NBC story.
Tonight, 13-year-old Jamie Kloss is alive and safe, and even police here are stunned.
My legs started to shake, man. It was awesome.
3 months after she disappeared, Jamie turning up 70 miles from the Wisconsin home where her parents were brutally murdered. Police say she escaped her alleged captor, who's now under arrest for those murders and her kidnapping.
It's amazing the will of that 13-year-old girl to survive and escape.
Thousands of volunteers have been looking for her for weeks.
We did not sleep much at all.
Jamie's aunt said police told her the incredible news at a basketball game.
I just sat down on the bench and I cried, and I got up and I hugged him, and I said, "Really?" And he said, "Absolutely."
Police say the suspect, 21-year-old Jake Patterson, took Jamie against her will to a house in a remote rural area and did not have prior contact with the Kloss family.
We do believe Jamie was the only target. I can tell you that the subject planned his actions and took many proactive steps to hide his identity from law enforcement and the general public.
Police say Jamie was able to get away when the suspect was not at home, that she was discovered when she approached a woman walking her dog.
She just had on some kind of slacks and a sweatshirt, no gloves, no hat, no mittens, nothing. So I knew I needed to get out of the cold.
The pair then showing up at the Kasinkas' house.
We knew it was Jamie immediately, and we thought 911's not going to believe us.
Like I've told everybody, it's like I was seeing a ghost in person because I didn't think she was alive.
Police say at that moment, her alleged abductor was hunting for her.
While I don't know how she escaped at this time, we believe that the suspect was out looking for her when law enforcement made contact with him.
He was arrested without incident. Kristen Kasinkas says Jamie told them who abducted her.
I asked her if she knew Jake before this. She did not. She said she did not know who he was until he came to kill her parents.
Still a mystery why the suspect allegedly targeted the Kloss family in the first place. But tonight, Jamie's safe, her hometown getting ready for a big celebration.
You better believe it. Jamie, we missed you, and we are so grateful you are home.
The sheriff here says Jamie spent last night in a hospital for observation. She was reunited with one of her aunts this morning, the larger family reunion coming tonight. And police are saying that this suspect also worked where her parents worked for 1 day 3 years ago, but then quit the next day.
Hey, we come about day 21 of the government shutdown. Some say it's the longest shutdown in history. Well, Donald Trump has went to the border to go check out the crisis, and he might declare it as a national emergency. The government needs the fund for the wall, or Trump is going to keep the government shut down, and the officers who are groups of the government, like the TSA or anyone else, they are not getting paid, but they still have to work. That's why most of the airports are not filled with many TSA workers, and airport traffic is going very slow. Well, this is President Trump right now.
From President Trump tonight, a show and tell aimed at creating urgency to get his long-promised border barrier built.
They need a barrier, they need a wall. If you don't have it, it's going to be nothing but hard work and grueling problems. And by the way, and death, a lot of death.
Praising those on the front lines.
They have done a fantastic job. Never so many apprehensions ever in our history.
In fact, nationwide apprehensions are way down from their peak in the early 2000s. And about that signature campaign promise.
Who's going to pay for the wall? When I say Mexico's going to pay for the wall, do you think they're going to write a check for $20 billion or $10 billion or $5 billion or 2 cents? No, they're paying for the wall in a great trade deal.
But in this 2016 memo, candidate Trump said he'd compel Mexico to make a one-time payment of $5 to $10 billion to the U.S. for the wall.
They'll pay in one form or another. They may even write us a check.
The president today putting the focus not on federal workers who won't get a paycheck tomorrow, but on families whose loved ones were killed by undocumented immigrants.
What my family is going through right now, I do not want any other family, law enforcement person to go through that.
President Trump warning if the stalemate sticks, he'll declare a national emergency.
If this doesn't work out, probably I will do it. I would almost say definitely.
Tonight, the president perhaps signaling a longer shutdown, canceling his trip to Davos, Switzerland, still more than 10 days away. Peter Alexander, NBC News, McAllen, Texas.
A rookie officer is dead after a regular traffic stop, which is going as normal as possible, when the person started opening fire for unknown reasons. This is still under investigation, but the officer is dead. Here's the NBC News story, and hopefully you guys enjoy it.
It appeared to be a routine call to a traffic crash in Davis, California. Rookie police officer 22-year-old Natalie Corona responded when, for reasons still unclear, someone opened fire.
They have an officer down and one still at large in Canton.
A witness tells the Sacramento Bee Corona was talking to drivers when an apparent bystander ambushed the officer at close range, but that has not been confirmed by police. Corona died at the hospital.
She's just an absolute star in the department.
Corona had only been patrolling solo for a few weeks. When she was sworn in, her father, a retired deputy, proudly pinned her badge on her chest.
After she graduated, she said, "Okay, Dad, can I call you Brother Cop now?" And I said, "Yeah."
After a manhunt, police found the gunman inside a house.
He was deceased from what appeared to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
A procession escorted Officer Corona's body from the hospital, paying tribute to a fallen hero. Joe Fryer, NBC News.
We come closer to the 2020 presidential election. Well, we're going to get away from that, and we're going to go to President Trump again about the TSA. And here's the story about them working and not getting paid. People are very angry, and they're suing President Trump for not paying them because the government is shut down. And this is one of the longest ones. They're missing their first check. And we're going to see if we can fix this.
The controllers on the tower behind me and across the country are up there working without pay to ensure that 2 million passengers in the air every day are safe. But one of the most stressful jobs in the country is now a lot more stressful.
What is the 4372?
Fighting for their paychecks, 13,000 air traffic controllers suing the Trump administration for unlawfully depriving them of their earned wages.
They still have to pay child care. They still have to put gas in their car.
Trisha Pasiri-Divick and her husband are both controllers with no income. They lost their home in a California wildfire last year.
My biggest worry is to not be able to provide a sense of security and stability for my children.
Now, with nearly 1 million government workers getting zeros on their paychecks, communities are responding. In Colorado, the Food Bank of the Rockies is expecting a surge of people in need.
We want to let them know that food assistance is available.
Grocery stores are offering food, cell phone companies offering flexible payments, credit cards and banks waiving fees and offering financial aid. In Fairfax County, Virginia, hundreds of applicants today for substitute teacher positions, including furloughed government worker Anandi Diamond.
I just thought to myself, well, if I can't make money doing the thing I do, I'm going to make money doing the thing I used to do.
The ripple effect evident on Washington's near-empty streets.
I'm absolutely terrified.
Uber driver Robert Briskman is in trouble.
Normally I'd be making $1,700 a week. That's my about average. Now I'm making maybe $250, $300.
No kidding.
No kidding. You know, I have to buy my own groceries and I have to pay my mortgage.
Day 21 and the shutdown continues. Tom Costello, NBC News.
It's the easy way out, but Congress should do this. This is too simple. It's too basic. And Congress should do this. If they can't do it, if at some point they just can't do it, this is a 15-minute meeting. If they can't do it, I will declare a national emergency. I'd rather not do it because this is something that Congress should easily do. This is something that the Democrats should do. And I don't want to give an easy way out of something as simple as this. Not only simple, it's easy and it's going to secure our, you know, we have a country that is under siege. You could actually, you know, a lot of people don't like the word invasion. We have a country that's being invaded by criminals and by drugs, and we're going to stop it. So I want the Democrats to come back to Washington and vote. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.